Hey everyone, it's Peter again. Um, Hope everyone's having a good day. Today I would just like to talk about some of the things that have been crossing my mind. In my first video, I talked about um, kind of my decision of going to college and how that has been a little stressful. I just kind of wanted to give a little bit more context to that because it kind of seemed kind of randomly put out there. So, I graduated high school in 2017 in Racine, Wisconsin, which is 40 minutes south of Milwaukee. Um, it's not a very, um, I gotta say, diverse place. It's still kind of segregated. The neighborhoods are pretty um, black and white distributed. It wasn't the best place to grow up. Um, Racine as a city is kind of struggling financially, and so that has hurt a lot of its residents. And so going to high school there has taught me certain values that may or may not have aligned with going to university. A lot of my friends have actually gone into the military, so and just seeing like what other people are up to from my high school on like Facebook and social media has been interesting as well, because a lot of them did not go to um, a four-year university. A lot of them went to what's it called? The two-year colleges, which are pretty good. I recommend them if that's for you. Definitely go to those, because four-year universities are expensive, and if you know yourself well enough to know that you're not going to thrive in a place like university, hats off to you. So yeah, so kind of going back to that, I was in IB because that's what my school had. My high school had a lot of IB. I did not do the full diploma, which I kind of regret now that I talk about going to university and stuff, because it made my college applications weaker to places that are more competitive. But I think overall I'm happy to be where I am, so it is kind of is what it is. And so, yeah, that's kind of like the situation I'm in. I was in the top 4% of my class. I was ranked 19 because my school was still weighted and had rank, thankfully. And I was kind of just like unsure of like who I really was and like why going to college was kind of like the natural step, because everyone in my family kind of has gone to college, and everyone in high school was kind of like, yeah, we're just gonna go to college and like, it's gonna be a good time, but we never really considered like what it meant. And so kind of reflecting on that now is kind of silly to see that we were not very serious at all for a very serious decision to be made. And so kind of going back to where we are today, sorry about that. So yeah, now that I'm here and that I've reflected on those experiences, I've made a decision to stay here at university, because I think having a degree is really important in searching for a job, even though nowadays it seems kind of like everyone has a degree, so like why does it really matter to go to college? I think it's still really important to have a degree to fall back on. When I was going to get my TSA pre-check, because I'm going to Greece, I was lucky enough to go study abroad in Greece this summer, so that'll be really fun. I went to the airport to get my TSA pre-check so I can skip those lines at the airport. And my Uber driver, she was telling me about how she went to hair school, because she's a hair, she works at like Cost Cutters or something like that. That's like the local hairdresser and here in Madison. And so she was telling me about how she went to beauty school and how she wasn't ready for a big university degree because she didn't feel like she was mature enough, or she didn't feel like she was ready for it, or whatever the reason was. And so I really respected her for that, to not go through with it, because it's so much money. even going here in state is still $20,000 a year, which over 4 years is $80,000, and to be in debt for that is a lot of money. So just kind of talking with her about that was kind of real, and how she said that she got paid a lot less for her other jobs that she's working because she doesn't have a college degree, or she knows people that don't get paid as much for similar jobs. Even though they have the experience, they just don't get paid as much because they don't have the piece of paper. So just talking with that lady and a couple other Uber drivers have been kind of eye-opening. And so yeah, I think I'm gonna just stick it out here and do my best to figure out what I like, because I'm still kind of struggling with that. Like I said, in high school I wasn't very clear with where I was going or who I was, so kind of just not really having a plan and being really immature, and kind of growing up right now is kind of seeing how that's kind of been a waste of time. So yeah, so I'm gonna try to stick it out. I just want to see how everyone else kind of thinks of it, if anyone else in college has like some similar feedback of kind of being a little undecided in college and kind of going through this tailspin and not being super prepared for it. So yeah, kind of just big decision moments. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully see you guys later.